アトム。
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Again, I hope everyone had a great Christmas and a great New Year. Yeah, 2023 is here. You know, out with the old, in with the new. Speaking of new, we got another Nerdcore track that we're going to listen to real quick. By Divide Music, part of the Nerdcore Roundtable Circle. This is a little bit different. It's going to feature a video game. I think this is the first one I've heard of from him. If there are more, please comment in the comment section below, and I'll check them out. God of War, Ragnarok, Heart of Stone, Sindri song. For those of you who've known, God of War Ragnarok came out last year, and it was a great smash hit. Christopher Judge won Best Actor. I'm a little bit biased of why God of War Ragnarok didn't get Game of the Year. It was very cool, a very good development story, a great capping to the ending of 2018's version of God of War. But shout out to the whole team. But anyway, let's check it out. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, like that logo. Like it.
When the blood spills upon the snow, I'll be right beside you.
So, the fact that this title is called Sindri, I think that whole verse is referring to, again, spoiler warning right here, okay? For those who don't know what I'm talking about, pause this video and you'll come and go play the game and come back. All right. So, for what happened in God of War Ragnarok, Brock was killed eventually as a casualty of that war, and I think this song is a tribute to how Sindri feels. Sindri is by far one of my favorite characters from the game. I liked him because of his development, his awkwardness. You know, with his skill set, he didn't really fit in with anybody except, you know, with his brother until they met Kratos and Atreus. But yeah, let's go.
When the flood takes all that you are, I'll be right beside you. When I saw you go, I felt my heart turn to stone. Souls in the river carry out to sea.
Jesus, Sindri.
When nothing's left to wither, silence underneath.
So, hold on, go back to that verse.
Carry out to sea. When nothing's left to wither, silence underneath.
Silence underneath. So, I'm gonna try to give some context to this, and this is based off my own deduction, right? Because of Sindri and Brock's like irreputable talent that they had as Smiths, the Holdra brothers, they were always kind of like outcasts. Especially what happened to Brock the first time around at the Forge. I think it's Svartalheim, where Brock was actually killed, and Sindri went to Alfheim to steal his soul back. Like, he only got 3 out of 4 parts. So Brock was sort of incomplete. His fear was that he didn't want to be alone, you know, because again, all things die and like the cycle of the seasons. But to Sindri, that was his fear, that he didn't want to let go of the family, like of being alone by himself. Because again, like, essentially, I look at the Holdra brothers as 2 halves of different people, you know, where you know, Sindri has the skill of dealing with, you know, like others, people, whatever. He was always very timid and very like soft spoken, didn't really like come out of his shell much. That's why Brock kind of like balanced that out with him. And Brock, he was blunter than a goddamn bat sometimes. But the fact that in the game, when you see Sindri's face when Brock was killed, Sindri just He snaps. Like that. Like when everything is taken from you, what's left? And Sindri just finally had enough. It also proves the fact that everyone has a breaking point, and it's just a matter of time when you reach it or how you reach it. And in this case, it was Brock's death that basically snapped Sindri. Which I get, it sucked, but pretty much Sindri just said F the world and all this other stuff. But yeah, when there's nothing left to wear, there's silence underneath. It does it in itself.
Feel it pull so tightly.
Yeah.
I bear my when I saw you go.
Yeah, when I saw you go,
I felt my heart turn to stone. Why can't I find my heart? Now I must walk alone.
now I must walk alone. Again, a conclusion to once Sindri said goodbye to Brock. It's a matter of how do you find which direction to go. You know, for some it's easier than others. For some it's harder. For some we need a little bit of encouragement from other people. But for Sindri, he technically doesn't have anybody. I mean, he does have Kratos and Atreus, but in Sindri's eyes, Kratos and Atreus were somewhat responsible for Brock's death. But again, to me personally, Sindri's in a state of grief, and I say just give him time. But people say that time heals all wounds, but there's a caveat to that. Time just teaches you how to deal with the pain. That's really it. It doesn't really heal. It never does. It scars, but it never fully goes away. But yeah. And he just disappears. Still, well done to Divide. I mean, that was a great tribute to Sindri. I liked it. To capture the essence of how Sindri felt from God of War Ragnarok to seeing his brother get killed, it strikes a chord with me because I can relate to Sindri with my own experience with my own family, and I get it. Well, not to the point of Brock's death, but to the fact that, again, Sindri, like I said, never really fit in with anybody. The dwarves, the other realms, it was just him and his brother. And to see his whole world be shattered in an instant like that, and try to understand that, I have to move on. Like, why can't I walk alone? I mean, it happens, but at the end of the day, you got to learn how to let go of certain things and move on with life. I mean, as someone once told me, my own friend, a friend of mine said, when the day comes that we gotta part ways in the physical realm, just, hey, meet me upstairs at the bar, and better have a story to tell. That's it. That's how I choose to view, the afterlife and other stuff. But yeah, what a great tribute, Divide. I mean, you did phenomenal job with Sindra's tribute. Now, if you decide to do a Brock song, that would also, make sense. I would love that, or more God of War themes. But yeah, man, well done. But yeah, that's all we got, folks. What to do. Drop a like, drop a comment, hit that sub button, turn on that bell, and catch you at the next one. Peace.